What's cracking? What's cracking? Hello. So we're back in the contaminated dungeon here for another episode of Fade Za Publak. As you can see, oh yeah, we all match.
We're all wearing
body. You guys need to cut the sleeves.
Yeah,
learn the fucking rules.
We do.
Before the
That's
brain.
why I rolled the sleeves. Yeah, you got the sleeves on.
I see you. All right. Well, these beautiful hoodies are available on the shop, BigDogsFantasy.com. Head over to the shop section and purchase your Fade to Public hoodie. We are talking about NFL free agency today. I want to talk about the biggest players going into free agency, where we think they might land, where would be good landing spots, what is the impact of those players landing in specific spots. We're also going to talk about Antonio Brown, where we see him possibly being traded, and just more of the popular players like Nick Foles and all these kind of guys, and that's really all I got for you.
Yeah, it's a I'm looking at the list now. It's actually a pretty weak offensive free agency.
Great word,
It's pretty
weak.
gross.
Weak. It's weak.
That's what I thought of immediately.
Defensively, it's unbelievable.
Yes.
You know what I like about it, though? You know what I like? That it's going to be really fun to follow, even though it's so weak. Like, NFL free agency, just in general, has been really fun, like, over the last few years. It's been getting, like, really good. And
last year with all the trades and shit.
Last year was great. NFL owners are getting super open to trading and stuff, too. It's
As
just
they
like
should.
Yeah, it's like a trend in the league.
I don't know why that was never a thing.
I'm all about trades.
NBA
in fantasy, in NFL, in real life, and everything.
Yeah, you are.
I
get
love
like
the trades.
19 trade
Switch
offers.
it up.
It's always. I think you were about to say something like the NBA offseason is.
Well, the
always
NBA
like,
free agency is a fucking
free agency, right?
palooza.
It's like always better than the actual regular season. Like especially with the Warriors, we know they're going to win.
Is there going to be a team that can group
like,
together and beat the
because
Warriors?
One player
now?
can drastically shift everything.
Yes.
Right. And I will say we're gonna have to do some makeshifting during the NBA free agency because that's like
only if
that's
Kevin
like
Durant goes to
training
the Knicks
camp and stuff. But Kevin Durant, Kyrie, all these guys. I'm a Knicks fan, so we're gonna have to talk about it. Anyway,
if they go to the Knicks, it will be discussed.
We and you will chug beers live on air.
Okay.
Wow.
We'll take shots.
Wow, bro.
We'll go crazy.
Yes, and then we'll
get
throw
naked.
up and not do the show.
Hey, I can fucking take over solo.
We'll just like sit here with our heads down.
Nick will have round 7 of our mock draft when they sign, and me and Adam will be in the back just having a drink off.
We'll be in the corners. I'll set you guys up.
We'll
like
go in that back room there within the graveyard with all the other dead bodies.
Speaking of getting freaked up, it's National Wine Day. So,
ooh, yeah, pour me up, baby. What is that? That looks good.
We have a little line 39.
What
Merlot.
year? What year?
2016.
Wow, what a good year.
I'm going to get so drunk on Friday for National Marg Day. It's going to be
Oh, is it Friday?
It's going to be sickening.
Did you guys see that video I sent to Steen?
To Steen?
Like of Steen on Saturday night?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He didn't look good.
He looked disgusting.
So, that being said, cheers to y'all.
Hey, salud.
A little.
Salud.
And we're going to hit the intro, baby. All right, so we all know the most impactful player on the field is a quarterback. There's very rarely do we see a big name free agent quarterback hit the market, and it's really no different this year. But BDN, he's a show favorite, and he has hit the market. Nick Foles is leaving Philly.
Great name.
Nick Foles or BDN?
BDN?
Nick.
Or first name. Oh, okay.
Nick.
See what you did there.
Nick.
I'm moving in slow-mo today. I need to turn my fucking brain
Sorry,
on.
you got the Monday mood on. It's all right.
Ooh, Monday mood. Big mood.
I couldn't really think of anything.
All right,
Yeah, I was going to say you
Foles.
struggled a little bit with something.
Nick Foles, 30 years old. I like how they have the ages here. So we actually have a
Yes.
great list. If you go on Google and type in Roto World Free Agency Tracker, you'll be able to keep track of all free agents and where they go. So I'll link that first link in the description down below. Nick Foles right now is probably the best quarterback available, the one who will probably step into a starting spot no matter where he goes. And Jacksonville seems to be the heavy favorite on where he's going to land. All right. The odds, I believe, a few weeks ago were at maybe plus 300, plus 350, and those were the favorites compared to the rest of the field. Nick Snacks, I believe you said they're around plus 150.
The last I checked, they were plus 150 to land Nick Foles. Yes.
Okay, so we got plus 150 in Jacksonville. Nick Foles moving over to Jacksonville is really, 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 really interesting. One, they hired John DeFilippo, who was in Minnesota last year, but he was in Philadelphia the year before, so he had coached with Nick Foles.
He knows that system.
So that would make sense as a reunion. Then you have Coughlin, who has obviously seen Nick Foles play, so he knows what he's getting there. So it seems like they're very intrigued by him. If not just because the market is so shallow, you have to put someone in there for Blake. Now, Nick Foles going there. The floor is kind of open. Like, we could talk about if they become contenders. Like, do you see anyone becoming fantasy relevant? Like, what the fuck is happening in Jacksonville?
Well, I would say I think it makes perfect sense. I think that team defensively pretty much.
I like this line.
It's good, right? It's got a good kick to it.
It's gonna freak me up.
They're a year away from should have beating the Patriots in the AFC Championship game with Blake Bortles.
They fell off big.
It was a bad year.
That's the tough thing because they were on both sides of the spectrum, but to like a great degree and like miserable,
Right.
So it's like, where do they land?
Right. And that defensive talent is real. Like, if they bring back some of their guys, like AJ Boye might be a cap cut, which he had a bad year, so I understand that. You could fill in that spot. Jalen Ramsey's a stud, so it's not going to be too.
Yeah, they're going to lose one of those linemen for sure, either Darius or Malik Jackson.
But you also need a healthy Leonard Fournette, which we haven't seen.
Their whole O-line got banged up last year too.
The whole line got banged up.
It's
you would assume it'll be better next year.
I think they're a lot better than they were last year.
100%.
No, but talent-wise,
They're
absolutely.
one of those teams where like you'll look at the win-loss record of the year prior, and then Vegas will set their over/under for wins way higher than it was. So it was just an outlier of events that took place the year prior. Yeah, like you said, Fournette hurt, O-line hurt, Blake Bortles just miserable. Like when you have an offense
so bad.
running that poorly, it affects every part of
their
every
system.
Part of the team.
Everything was so bad.
Yes.
So bad. And DeFilippo is not a bad coordinator.
No.
I just think that was a terrible mix with Mike Zimmer and what each one of them
that
wanted
did not
to
work
do.
out.
Like,
yeah.
They paid Kirk Cousins $30 million a year guaranteed, 90 over 3 years, and DeFilippo wanted to throw the ball, God forbid. And Zimmer's like, no, run it right up the center.
We're going to run the ball even though our starting running back is hurt.
Yeah, let's just run it with Latavius Murray, who's been in the league since 1999. It's just like, well, what do you want to do? The philosophy-wise is different. But then again, Doug Marlone's kind of a hard ass too, so I would love to see which way they go there. If they give the full reins to DeFilippo.
Dude, I really think their mindset will be 2017 again. But now they're like, if we need to rely on our quarterback, we can.
We have a competent one to do so.
So I don't think they're going to be like, yes, Foles is here. Now let's rely on Foles.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be very much the same. Like, it's what they wanted to do last year. They just couldn't with Blake because he was so fucking bad.
He was so bad.
So, like, now they have Marquise Lee, who was, like, very hyped up the last couple of years. He missed the entire 2018 season with an injury. He comes back. They have a lot of young, like, talented wide receivers.
Receivers are good. I like their
receivers, but no one has really
proven
taken the step up.
Right.
D.D. Westbrook had a nice
I think that's
year.
mainly just because Blake is there and he's just so
Probably.
bad.
Could be.
But like, I think they still remain very run heavy.
Yeah.
Does anyone on this list intrigue you? Like, I like D.D. Westbrook a little bit. He's someone that I wouldn't take him in a season-long league. Like, he's not even like a fun late-round flyer.
No.
They don't have a tight end there.
Safarian Jenkins, they just picked up the option, but he doesn't move the needle.
They picked up the option there?
They picked up the option, yeah.
Fucking
$5 million, yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, again, he doesn't move the needle.
They used a second-round pick on DJ Shark last year. Yeah. I'm like, why? They already have 7 young receivers.
Yeah, they traded for Carlos Hyde, 5th-round pick.
I totally forgot about Carlos Hyde there, too.
Didn't even start him.
So dumb.
Yeah, that was...
When Fournette was still hurt.
Okay, so Foles goes there. Leonard Fournette. He's someone that I'm probably not touching until, like, the 4th or 5th round.
No. That's amazing. He was a late first-round pick.
Late first-rounder last year. Yeah, and now the injury concern is not a short sample size anymore. It's like 2 full seasons long, you know?
Literally.
So it's like, how high are you guys on Fournette to begin with? Like, where would you be comfortable? Does Foles move any needle for you?
If he falls to me in like the 4th or 5th round, I take him. That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
Depending on, how the board looks already. But, I mean, I'm not looking to, like, try and get Fournette.
There are going to be people that will. They'll be like, oh, do you remember his rookie year?
This is going to be the year.
You're getting out of value because he's injured. It's like, that's a huge risk to factor into his ADP. Because, like we said, the O-line was miserable. But they were getting him more involved in the passing game.
Which is a welcome sight because if you add that dimension to his game, then it only elevates his...
He had so many carries his rookie year that you were like, dude, he's a stud. And last year they talked all summer like, let's get him more involved in the passing game. Let's get him more involved in the passing game. And in the games, I was looking at his game log, and the games basically that he didn't leave earlier, he didn't get hurt. He was getting like 3 to 5 receptions a game, which is going to put him on pace for like 50 receptions on the year.
If he can get 50 receptions,
you take that from a bell cow like him who doesn't catch the ball normally? Absolutely.
Right, so he could absolutely work out as a value in that 4th round, but like I think some people are gonna want to reach for him in like the 3rd, and I'm like, no way.
Take him.
Yeah. What does intrigue me though?
Hey, I got a question.
What's
Would
up?
you rather have Derrick Henry or Leonard Fournette?
Fournette.
Yeah?
It's not even close.
Really?
I hate Derrick Henry.
I love Derrick Henry.
He's got a vendetta.
The only let me tell you who likes Derrick Henry. The only people that like Derrick Henry this year are the people who were hyping him up last year. And you saw the 5 games at the end of the year that you're like, I was right. So now I'm going to double down in 2019, and you're going to get it fucking wrong again.
The public.
Yes. We have a fucking 40-game sample size of Derrick Henry prior to 4 games at the end of the year.
Yeah, but...
Drive starts at the 1 and looking for a little breathing room, and they get that and plenty more. Derrick Henry still going. Stays in bounds. He might go 99 yards for the touchdown.
He wasn't getting the same amount of carries at the end of the,
They're not a good – that's what you need from a team for Derrick Henry to succeed. He doesn't catch passes. So you think the Tennessee Titans are going to be dominant enough to be game script towards Derrick Henry?
They have a new offensive coordinator,
Their
right?
tight ends coach or some shit? What the fuck does that mean for Derrick Henry?
Nothing.
A new offensive coordinator.
I'm so done
You're
with
forgetting about Deion Lewis, too, okay? He's a stud, man.
Deion Lewis is trash.
And he's also getting paid like $30 million. Like,
I think that was
they're
Derrick
going to utilize him.
Henry's going to be one of the biggest discussions this summer
Yeah.
for everyone in fantasy football.
I'm not.
If you guys draft Derrick Henry, I put fucking
Unsubscribe.
It's the first pick in the 5th round, and
don't
Fournette
unsubscribe.
and Henry are both on the board.
in the 5th round.
I'm
okay with
taking
Henry.
Henry.
There.
Yeah, 5th round. But
But
we're talking.
Derrick Henry's
he's
going to go in the
be
3rd
pushed up
round.
till late second.
He shouldn't be. Shame on you if you take Derrick Henry. in the
Recency
2nd round.
bias shows he was a monster.
Henry will be a 3rd round pick. Fournette will probably be 4th-ish, 4th, 5th. But I'm telling you, Derrick Henry is. What did we learn from last year? If you're going to draft running backs, they need to catch passes. And if you're going to draft a running back that doesn't catch passes, they can't be a 3rd round pick.
No.
That's my concern there. It's like you know
hear
this
ya.
lesson, but you're gonna fucking wipe it out of your head again.
It's
you know?
because you're gonna see him and you'll be like, oh shit, I need a running back.
Yeah.
Boom.
Depending on where I pick, he might not come back to me. I need to get him now.
Yeah. And listen, if you like Derrick Henry, take him. But you're gonna be with the public, and we're telling you to fade it. So please pump the brakes.
I'm a man of the people.
Pump the brakes.
I'm a man of the people.
I can't wait to start making bets when it's like closer to draft season.
Yeah.
And we fucking
Oh,
dominate.
bet season. I can't
Bet
wait.
season. All right. So talk about Nick Foles, most likely going to Jacksonville.
I found an old odds. It's from back from January. The most likely spot for him to land. Redskins.
Back in January. I was
Redskins
a young man back then.
and the Dolphins are the top 2 teams.
He's
actually.
not going to an NFC's team.
Because they won't.
The Eagles control his rights. They're going to
Yes.
franchise him and trade him.
Yes, but
Which
what
they're
about
scumbags.
what
but
about Miami?
I think that's
They're gonna draft
counterproductive for
somebody.
Miami.
Think so?
That team is so down under. They need to rebuild. Why trade for Nick
I
Foles?
love that their Super Bowl odds are like plus 30,000.
It's
And
unbelievable.
no one else was even close to that.
Unbelievable.
All right, let's move ahead to the next quarterback. The only other like intriguing name on this list, Teddy B.
I got a
the
few
big
thoughts
facts.
about Teddy B. One, I think at the end of the day, he's going to stay with the Saints. They traded a 3rd round pick. That's not like an invaluable pick. That's a day 2 pick.
Yeah.
A lot of starters are found in the
Interesting.
3rd round.
You think he's going to stay?
I think he's going to stay because Drew Brees is 40 years old.
Is it a team option? Or you think they're going to like give him like you don't think Teddy B is going to want to go somewhere that
I mean,
can start?
he could, but I don't know. All right, listen, I will say I don't know what the market for Teddy B is going to be. Like a team like, and I was saying this before we went on the air, a team like the Giants, that is a perfect fit. But you'd have to cut Eli to do it because you're going to probably draft his successor. You bring in Teddy B for a 1-year deal. He played with Pat Shurmur in his system. Teddy B's strength is the short intermediate game. That's what Pat Shurmur thrives on. That's his system. Short, intermediate, over the middle. That's Teddy B. Play action. It's perfect, but it's not going to happen. So where realistically is his fit?
Yeah.
It's not in Miami. I don't think Miami's going to go that route. Like we said, I think they're going to rebuild. They're going to draft somebody or maybe keep Tannehill for 1 more year. That's another interesting question we could talk about later. But where is his fit?
It's true.
There's not really a fit. I think New Orleans is going to give him a pretty fair deal. And word around the NFL, these teams love their backup quarterbacks. Look at what Ballard said about Jacoby Brissett. He goes, I'm not just going to trade you. We value that much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
love
Drew
Jacoby
Brees is
Brissett.
40 years
Good point.
old. I would think they're going to give him a fair deal to stay and like, listen, this is your team afterwards. We believe in you. If not, if he hits the open market, I don't know what his market looks like with QB needy teams like the Redskins maybe.
Yeah.
That's like a team that jumps off to me because they have a lot of talent, the Redskins. Their season plummeted when Alex Smith went down.
Yeah.
So can Teddy B come in and plug in and be that guy that could win them football games.
I could see Teddy B. I think the Redskins' offense under Jay Gruden is too vertical for Teddy B.
Yeah,
I think they attack downfield a little.
That's a bad system.
You're right.
Bad system for him.
I think with Teddy, I think that's a good point. You're probably right about the Saints because you don't see many quarterbacks using that model that they use nowadays in the NFL, where they sit a quarterback behind somebody and try to let them whatever. No one does that with rookies anymore. They say they're going to do it, and then 4 games in,
Josh Rosen never should have been playing.
But you've seen it a few times where it's worked, and it's always an Aaron Rodgers. Or, one of those guys.
Pat Mahomes had for a year.
Pat Mahomes sitting behind a veteran that can actually win games for their team, so you don't need to put them in. So you're right. Teddy Bridgewater's in a great spot for that. Fucking devastating injury, though, man.
Yeah, it's a shame.
We just haven't seen him be good in a long time.
I just don't see him being a starter next year.
Yeah.
I see him either staying with the Saints or moving to another team as a backup for maybe even the Patriots. Or another team where their quarterback's kind of.
I don't.
But if he's going to be a
out.
backup somewhere else, I doubt he would move.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
Drew Brees is 40 years old. He could literally take over in a year or two if that's the case.
Okay, so I guess you guys don't really play Dynasty, but
Not
thinking
yet.
of so Michael Thomas is pretty much a consensus first round pick, right? Top 12 pick in Dynasty for sure.
Top 12, yeah.
Kamara is probably late first, but running back values plummet year over year. Like the year older you get, you plop down.
Yeah,
right.
So by the time Teddy Bridgewater takes over, if he does, his value will plop down. Like, how big of a hit do these skill players take if Teddy Bridgewater takes over for Drew Brees?
I mean, it has to take a bit.
Michael Thomas takes a huge hit.
Yeah.
Drew Brees is still that damn good. I mean, maybe he faded off towards the end of the year, but that could be fatigue.
Yeah, the deep ball's not as well. He can't throw the deep ball as well as he used to.
Michael Thomas
But
had a burner. That's not his game. Like, he could be that dig route guy, that specialist over the middle.
That's why I think you might even be able, because he's still so young, that you might be able to
that's
have
Teddy's
people
strength.
be.
That's what I was saying. Like,
Exactly.
that's Michael Thomas's strength plays right into Teddy Bridgewater's strength.
Right. So so people might be like,
So he probably doesn't
Breeze
take
is
a
going to
hit.
be on. Breeze is going to be gone in a few years or a year or 2 years. So
Fade away.
Maybe let me try to move Michael Thomas. He would be a
I'd
buy-in.
keep him.
He'd be
I'd
a
keep
buy-in
him.
dynasty for me.
Same.
So let's move over to some other positions. What do you guys want to hit first?
Polarizing.
Running back, wide receivers. There's really not that much.
I think
there's more action in the running back.
I think the most intriguing one is Lev Bell. So why don't we go to Antonio Brown first?
Love that.
All right.
Antonio Brown, who's not a free agent, so he is being traded apparently. I mean, he went on Instagram and put out like a goodbye video to Pittsburgh, like a fucking moron.
Did you see his tweets? Unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
He's
Why are
insane.
you answering questions like that?
He's insane.
He's so dumb.
Someone's obviously going to try and make a move for him.
Shit, he's
but
that good.
like I as a Broncos fan, I wouldn't want him on the Broncos. He's a cancer. He's a team cancer. I don't like anything he brings other than his game.
Unless he's really going to push you over the edge. Like, I could see why New England would want to bring him in, because he would help them compete for a title again next year. They need someone like that. That's why they're going after fucking Odell, too. So Antonio Brown, apparently he was going to meet with the owner this week, though. I don't know if that ended up happening.
Steelers owner?
Yeah. So the report on Monday was they're not going to meet. He refused to. And then on Tuesday it was yep, they're going to meet. So, I mean, I would assume that as the owner, actually, no, you can't bring him back. It's out of control at this point.
No, after what he's
between him and Ben, it's too
how's
much.
that ever going to coexist?
We haven't pulled up the odds because they changed so quickly, and I'm not even sure what they're at right now. But I know the top landing spots as of last week or 2 weeks ago. 49ers, the Jets, the Cardinals. What would you say best case and worst case scenario for Brown is in reasonable landing spots?
Okay, I have one. I don't know if you guys were thinking about it because I want to shoot it first. What about the Colts?
That's what I was going to put. They were like plus 1,500 on the list.
They're
one of the 5 teams that they think
they are
he's going to.
Locked and loaded with draft picks. They have the most cap space. Wrote it down. They have $107 million in cap space, so they can absorb that easily.
I was thinking about this. The Colts remind me. Okay, so no, I was thinking about Todd Gurley the year he was that 1 year he just was miserable, and the next year was total flip. Mm-hmm. I was I feel like Marlon Mack is low-key in that position because think about it. The offensive line is going to be elite. They have the most cap space. What did the Rams do? They went out and signed a bunch of fucking players. Their personnel completely flipped. Right. Mm-hmm. Gurley became the workhorse. Marlon Mack's going to be tethered to Andrew Luck behind a ridiculous offensive line. He catches passes. He runs the ball. I'm Marlon Mack might be the Todd Gurley in the third round of this year.
He might be the biggest steal of the draft. Might be the biggest steal of the draft. I'm thinking for Antonio Brown, if you could pair him with T.Y., there's not even a remote
that offense is going to be unbelievable.
Not even a remote close second to that duo.
AB,
with Luck in that offensive line,
Doyle, Ebron, Marlon Mack, offensive line, game Hova. And they have all the free agent money to still spend on defensive players.
And they have all the draft capital to trade for him. Like, you could give him 2 second-round picks.
But you're going to say that
dent you.
You're going to say the best fantasy value will be if he lands on Indy?
Best fit personnel-wise, Indy. Fantasy value-wise,
I think it's San Fran.
I was just going to say San Fran. Yeah.
Because you look at
the number one, you get all the targets.
Right. And I tweeted this out the other day.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan has typically used an X receiver. When he has one, he uses it, and we've seen it with Andre Johnson. It should be no different with Antonio Brown there, because it's not like they have another. Like Dante Pettis is a good complementary piece. He had some good games down the stretch. Yeah, he's all right. He's a sophomore.
It's not something that.
Not someone that would scare you away from AB.
Yeah.
Like if he can get it done while Juju is getting 165 targets last year, he'll be able to get it done in.
Fine.
Yeah, he'll be able to get it done in San Fran. So
the only thing I would worry about is Jimmy G.
Yeah.
We don't know how he's going to come back. Some guys don't always come back so well. From
I agree. I was never that high on him to begin with.
Neither was I. Why did he get a boatload of money? I mean, he
won those 5 games in a row or whatever. He was
never like that stat stuffing stud.
Not even from a fantasy perspective. People were like super excited about him last year, like going in within the top 10 quarterbacks or something.
Yeah, well, he's really handsome. I mean, he's got that, but
we don't play points per fucking.
No, of course.
Sex,
I'm just making a point.
Yeah,
I wish I looked like him. You know, saying.
I do too.
But I agree with you. Depends how he comes back. He's got that monster deal. I like Jimmy G. I think he'll be all right if you get some good weapons around him. I mean,
he'll be as good as the weapons. And they have a low-key a good offensive line. Put AB, Kittle,
the system couldn't be better.
Right.
That's like what, second best system in football.
He's in a good spot to succeed. Jimmy G without AB is someone that he's probably like my quarterback 17 or 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My rankings.
Yeah.
Gets AB, he starts pushing the top 15,
yep.
Maybe 14, 13, something around there. So what about George Kittle?
I love it for Kittle. I think
you love it for Kittle.
I love it for Kittle. Yes. Where are you you're gonna shift that defense towards AB, right?
You're gonna open up the center of the field.
Give me your tight end rankings of the top 3, because obviously it's going to be a variety of Kelsey, Ertz,
For
Kittle.
me, it's Kelsey, Kittle, Ertz.
Same. That's what I have. You have Kittle over Ertz too?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're on the same page. I don't think it should be any other way.
Me too. I think
George Kittle is a monster.
George Kittle's a monster. All you have to say is that he broke the literal fucking tight ends receiving record while not having a starting quarterback.
While Nick Mullins was throwing in the ball.
Like, that's unbelievable.
Yes.
Yeah, so my only like concern was that like his target share was very high. I think he had more than double the next leading receiver on the team in terms of targets, which won't be the case if Antonio Brown is.
No, of course not. And that's obviously to be expected, but I think that leaves him even more open, gives him more space to run his routes as opposed to getting double, triple teamed as being the only true threat.
Yeah, they can't key in on Kittle now.
That's what I'm saying.
So let me ask you this.
I don't think he dips under Ertz if AB comes. He's still 2 to me. Like, I wouldn't move him.
Outside of a full PPR league, it won't move anything. I would have Ertz over Kittle in a full PPR league next year.
Well, full PPR, yeah. Okay. That's fair because he's going to catch 110 balls.
I also think it was such a historic season for tight ends that they're going to come down a little bit, you know, just naturally. Yeah. Okay, so if AB goes to San Fran, that doesn't move. Say like your overall rankings for Kittle. Like say right now you draft Kittle at like 25 overall. Does that move him down at all? That doesn't move anything for you.
Maybe a couple spots.
It may move him down a few spots. Yeah. I don't think it tilts the needle that crazy towards.
Like if I don't have a tight end,
if I use tilt the needle one more time, please slap me in the face. I've used it like 10 times.
Honestly, I haven't even heard you say
that. If I don't have a tight end and Kittle is on the board, like Kelsey's already taken, and it's my pick, and I'm planning on, I'll take Kittle.
This is gonna be brutal for us. Oh well, George already has fucking Kittle.
Yeah.
I think my strategy this year in every draft is going to be, with my 3rd round pick, take a tight end. Whoever's left of those 3. Every fucking draft them in.
That stud tight end makes the world of a difference. Ebron killed it for me all year. That was like why I was.
But like anyone outside those top 3, or if you got real lucky getting Ebron, you were fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
And it'll probably be the same next year.
It literally will.
Anyways.
I have one team that I would love for him to go to, but it'll never happen.
Oh, Antonio Brown? Don't say the Giants.
No. I don't want him. Why would I want 2 diva wide receivers?
I thought you were going to say Antonio Brown too. I mean the Giants.
I want him to be a New England Patriot.
Ugh. I don't
think Brady could feed him that well.
He fed Moss pretty well.
Yeah, but that was
like 12 years ago.
Yeah. What am I saying 5 years ago? That was like 10 years ago.
I just think everything's about a system nowadays.
Yeah.
The Patriots system, no matter what, James Devlin is running for 100 yards and scoring 3 touchdowns. Like, Antonio Brown's going to get his. that extends Brady's career.
Him and Edelman are going to combine for 250 catches.
It's gonna be ridiculous.
Not that
Like,
Josh Gordon is the same as Antonio Brown at all, but when he was there, he didn't really do much.
Wow,
And he would be in that
They
same
have
role.
Tony
Don't
Mouths
compare
if he's
Josh
there.
Gordon and Antonio
That's what I'm saying.
Brown.
They're not the same player, but they're the same type of player. Antonio Brown's obviously a level ahead of
And
him.
they're alphas.
But he's
going to
he'd be playing the same spot.
All right. Well, I was just saying that for fun, but what about this
It's
one?
an interesting one.
It's an interesting one, right? Because
I wouldn't like it from fantasy.
That's no, I wouldn't like for fantasy either. That actually would move
Brown
him down
would drop
for
for me.
me.
Yeah,
That
big
would move
time.
him down for
easy,
me.
yeah.
What about this one? Final one, and this one will happen far less than the New England one. What about the Browns?
I would love that.
I would love it, but I
How
just don't
awesome would
ever
that
see
be?
it happening because the same division.
That's what I mean. It would never
it'd
happen.
be
But
great.
I just wrote like fantasy lover team that I wanted.
That
to
would
go.
be so
Cleveland.
good
Be
because,
great.
dude, this,
Holy
this
shit.
offense. All right, so Todd Monken's coming in as the OC, right?
Yes.
He runs his aerial style.
Air raid, baby.
Air raid. And usually what that means is you got the 2 on the outside and you have 2 on the inside for whatever that fucking means, like whether that's 2 slot receivers or 2 tight ends. Fucking
If so, back so.
Antonio Brown, Jarvis on the inside, David Njoku on the inside. They're going to need to get probably another piece. Like, I like Antonio Callaway if he could refine his
He's got to catch the ball.
Yes, if he can refine his
gotta catch
catching,
the
he
ball.
would have had another like 700 yards last year because he just dropped so many deep passes. But Baker
Ridiculous.
throwing him the ball, oh my god, that would be a sick combo. I would love that actually.
I thought that was a really.
I assume they're going to use an early pick on. I hope they draft N'Keal Harry or some top receiver. I'm sure they're going to put on the
you don't want
outside.
DK.
No,
He's gonna be gone there.
I'm no DK is a guy I'll be fading.
Yeah,
he should
big
be a
time.
D end.
He's not.
He's just
Do you see the size? He's the size of us 3 combined.
widest receiver
Well,
one.
Widest receiver one. That's a good one.
He's too fucking big. Yeah.
He's way too big.
So speaking
Old takes exposed.
Yeah.
yeah.
Really.
Speaking of wide receivers that are actually on the free agent list, not just Antonio Brown being traded. We had Fitz re-signed with Arizona, 1 year, $11 million.
Give it up, Fitz.
Nah, man, I'm all in for the Arizona bounce back this year. I'm all in for Fitz bounce back.
They're not bouncing back.
All
to
in on
anything.
Christian Kirk. All in on Josh Rosen. I am not in on David Johnson though. He's the one motherfucker I'm not in on. Mark my. Oh man, I can't wait till Arizona fucking puts up fancy numbers this year. Y'all.
All right. Well, is that? I mean, is there any other wide receiver free agents you guys like? It's a very weak.
So there's 2 guys that intrigue me. It's Golden Tate and John Brown, the mini guys, the Munchkins.
Where do you like Golden Tate on? Because I have a team in mind.
Indy.
Oh, that's a good one.
If they don't get Brown, I would love him in Indy.
That's a good one. I like Golden Tate in Houston, so it's kind of.
I like Kiki Cutie. He's their slot receiver.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Damn.
They drafted him pretty early a
Forgot
couple
about
years
Cutie.
ago.
Yep.
I was going to say
That's on
Golden
me.
Tate to
That's on me. Forgot about
Pittsburgh,
I
depending
forgot
on
about
what
Cutie
happens
Cutie.
with Antonio Brown.
Golden Tate to Pittsburgh is interesting because they might have to move Juju outside with Brown
That's not
gone.
bad.
They're going to need someone else if Brown
Fuck,
leaves.
did I forget about QT? I'm pissed.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm sure Golden Tate wants to try and compete still for a championship.
Yeah,
That's why he
Golden
went
Tate's
to,
like a legit good player. He's not one of
He's
those
a very good
replaceable
player.
slot receivers.
I just
Very
think
good player.
Philadelphia is not a good team for wide receivers to be on.
Definitely not. Not when Zach Ertz is running.
Is it crazy
across
for
the
Golden
middle.
Tate to go back to Seattle?
I just don't see it happening. But
I don't either.
I kind of like that though.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think they
From
would
an
do
efficiency standpoint, that team just doesn't pass the fucking ball.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable.
They're a run
that
first
team is
team.
defying the physics of modern day football,
Yeah.
and they're still good. Pisses me off.
Pete Carroll knows what's up.
I'm trying to think of what other teams. It's going to be some like the Jets are going to give him 4 years, $45 million or some shit like that.
that'd be
Who,
so
Golden Tate?
dumb. That's
Obviously.
a waste of money.
I know that's the fucking
No,
point.
I like
That's the fucking. It's so true.
I tell you who might be sneaky fucking replacements here. The Falcons. We're going to cut Sanu. We're going to need someone over the middle.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Sanu's going to get released. We have Ridley on the outside with Julio, of course.
I love Ridley.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't get on that.
I don't.
I think he's gonna be
I don't
good.
like Ridley.
I don't.
I don't like any of those rookie receivers. They were
Ridley showed some really nice flashes, man.
Yeah, I mean he had that 3 touchdown.
yeah for
game,
2 games.
But
The
like,
Falcons just as a whole were not together last year.
no, they weren't.
But
But
this year, whatever.
They had a drunk calling the
They
plays.
put up ridiculous. You
Yeah.
know, Matt Ryan put up almost identical statistics last year as his MVP season.
He had a
Matt
great
Ryan's
year.
A really good quarterback.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because they also fucking.
Yeah,
we
he's
get
a
that on
good
record?
quarterback, but he can't
No.
win the
I
big
want
one.
the same one. He's a
Can't-
really. I think you said really about 4 or 5 times.
No, I said really once.
I didn't hear
He's
any
a really
reallys.
good regular season quarterback. He can't win the big one.
Great
Ryan's
year.
A really good quarterback.
Great
Ryan's
year.
A really good quarterback.
Great
Ryan's
year.
A really good quarterback. That's fine. We're
I
talking fantasy.
I was reading an article too, and they had Matt Ryan and Julio had the most garbage time points, fantasy points of any quarterback and wide receiver in the NFL because they had 4 games. Like they had that one streak where they're letting up like 40 points a game to like 6 straight. And Julio and Matt Ryan were putting up like 35 a game each in the fourth quarter. Isn't that when
Julio started actually scoring touchdowns?
Yeah, something like that. Last like 7 games of the season.
So that's like an sneaky one. I don't know if we're gonna put money into our offense like a slot receiver when we need a lot of other needs.
I like Adam Humphries to the Patriots.
Well,
like I just don't like Adam Humphries.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
105 targets.
You're an idiot.
He's just. What is that, man? That's nothing. That what is like?
You're
just
gonna
76 receptions.
Adam
5
Humphries
touchdowns.
is a ball player.
I love Humphries.
He's a ball player.
Replaceable.
He's everything the Patriots want in our receiver.
Golden Tate.
He's white.
He's white.
Golden Tate or Adam Humphries.
Adam Humphries.
Much.
Golden Tate's like 31.
Yeah, but he's still really good.
maybe
Golden
not.
Tate. How are you going to sit here and not tell me Adam Humphries is the most replaceable?
All right. I'll speak for the conscious because everybody knows I was a big Adam Humphries fan if they've been watching. Love Adam Humphries not as much as Adam Thielen, but I will take Golden Tate.
You just love all the white Adams.
I love all white Adams.
I'm going with the youth. 25 versus 31.
You're going with the Ute?
Youth.
The 2 Utes.
To what? What was that word?
What word?
To what?
What?
Did you say Utes?
Yeah, 2 Utes.
What is a Ute?
You've never seen My Cousin Vinny.
The movie, yeah, I have.
You just butchered the whole thing.
I don't know that part. Been a while.
It's sort of like Adam Humphries visiting the fucking end zone. Been a while.
I like Adam Humphries. I'm with you, though, Animal. He's a beast.
Okay, so where are you going to draft him anywhere in fantasy next year?
Yeah, absolutely. If he's on the Patriots, of course.
Maybe in the 13th round.
I'll take him late.
Fucking a lie.
What do you mean it's a lie?
You're not going to
I would 100% take him
you're right.
late
I
if
don't
he's
have
on the
my 13th
Patriots.
round.
I believe you. I'm saying that's a lie.
Wait till
you're taking Derrick Henry. You're going to take Adam
Derrick
Humphries.
Henry. I'm taking Adam
You don't have a
Humphries.
second round pick.
Who
You're getting last place next year.
Damn, you beat. I was going to ask you who you were taking with your second round pick.
You could take Derrick Henry there, yeah.
Oh yeah, that actually aligns you perfectly because your 3rd round pick, you'll probably need a running back or a player.
I'll give you my second round pick if you
Damn,
promise me to take Derrick Henry.
Just for the audience, so we can recap. Animal traded his 2nd round pick for Kareem Hunt, who then beat a woman in a hallway on camera and then didn't make the playoffs because Jared Goff and Mitch Trubisky combined for 1 point.
Face.
That one kick was 2 birds with 1 stone. It was you and that woman. That's unfortunate.
It hurt me more.
Okay, so Golden
Tate. Why did he show up to the draft next year? Anyway, go ahead.
Where's the most excited you would get about Golden Tate going somewhere, fantasy-wise?
I really like that Indy one.
I like Indy too, but now I'm kind of nervous that they just use tight ends too much over
there.
Yeah, I
mean, it's like too clustered there.
Maybe the Panthers because they don't have any wide receivers.
I thought about the Panthers.
That's not bad. They got Curtis Samuel who started coming out last year.
Yeah, but I think
I would take Golden
Devin
Tate.
Funch is probably on his way out.
Yeah, he's gone. He was like benched the last month of the season.
Golden Tate's slot guy. I would take Indy, I guess.
Yeah, I guess Indy would probably be.
Indy would probably be the number 1.
Who does? What about the Cowboys?
Ugh.
They're getting rid of Terrence Williams.
Cole Beasley's going to be gone too.
Cole Beasley's probably going too. Yeah, so they're going to need somebody.
Yeah. I mean, they got Gallup on the outside.
Go ahead, take Golden Tate.
I would like that.
That would be a very interesting offense.
That'll tilt the needle.
Dak with Gallup, Cooper, and Golden Tate with Zeke.
Yeah, I could see that.
Dak with.
Dak the
gives a
goat.
shit who Dak has. Doesn't matter. Dak sucks. But I understand it's probably a good fit on paper.
Yeah. So I would be excited about Golden Tate. I mean, that honestly wouldn't make me draft him at all if he went to Dallas.
I'm not like going out on a limb to draft Golden Tate no matter where he goes.
Yeah.
But.
I probably won't touch him. Okay. Yeah. So realistically, we're not excited about Golden Tate.
No, we're not. But he's the biggest free agent name.
John Brown is someone that I'm excited about.
John Brown is someone different. Yes.
John Brown was very good in fantasy when Joe Flacco was under center. Things cooled down a little bit. And
ran
then
down the field and threw it.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Put him on a team that actually is good and throws the ball. Put him on. Okay, here's one. Just thought of it. John Brown on the Packers.
Ooh,
love it.
Opposite.
I love downfield threat. Adams is not. I mean, Adams is a downfield threat in a sense, but he's more of a possession receiver.
Yeah,
they have unproven
at
the 2.
Field.
They got the 3 rookies they drafted in rounds 4, 5, 6 last year. They got John Allison. None of them can prove healthy or consistent production. John Brown, Packers. I'm here for it.
I like that. Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, I probably like any wide receiver on the Packers, but John Brown with the vertical threat.
That's
deep
why.
down the field.
That is a perfect compliment.
Back shoulder fade.
It's perfect.
Back shoulder fade every time. That's it.
Yeah. John Brown.
Or just throw the ball a mile and he'll just go run it down.
Yeah. I wouldn't hate him on the Colts either, but he's not a great compliment to Hilton.
The only thing I don't like
but
about
I think Brown is still a good receiver in his own right. I don't think he's just a deep threat.
The only thing I worry about is with guys going to the Colts is Andrew Luck spreads the ball out a lot.
Yeah.
He'll throw it to
does.
some guy who's in the play. You know,
And you could
hasn't
see,
been in the game
You could
the
see
whole time.
when they got hot, their reasons for success is they were running the football. That offensive line was dominating.
Yeah.
So I'm not in love with that.
But
You
Andrew
know
Luck
what
will
you
throw
do?
to the third string tight end, no problem.
Yeah. You know what you do when the quarterback has a lot of weapons? You fade the weapons. You draft the quarterback.
Fade
That's true.
FTW.
FT Dubs.
Not fuck the world, not for the win. Fade the wide receivers.
Love that.
No,
Fade the weapons.
play the weapons. You
He doesn't
fucking
want to fade
idiot.
Ebron. He doesn't want to fade Ebron.
I
That's
don't.
why.
I don't. Ebron fucking.
The GOAT.
He was really good for me.
All right, so those are really the only two. I mean,
like
Devin
it for wide
Funches,
receivers.
no. Jameson Crowder,
No.
hell no.
No.
Wow, I was so high on Jameson Crowder 2 years ago.
A lot of people were, dude, and they keep going at. He's still only 25. He's still so young.
He's 25. I thought he was 30.
Me
No,
too.
he's young.
I thought he was 35. Now he's so
He
young.
needs to die soon.
He's just been injured for 4 straight years, pretty much. Tyrell Williams.
No.
I mean, he had his chance in
Cardinals.
in L.A.
Cardinals.
That honestly is not a bad fit, but
It's
it
actually
wouldn't get me
not.
excited. Let's move to running
No.
backs. Move to
Please.
running back.
Let's
A lot
go
of big
to-
names, but let's see who intrigues us. So Le'Veon Bell, man.
That's the big one.
I think are they going to transition tag him?
See, I don't know if they're gonna.
I wrote that in my
They're gonna
notes.
want to deal with keep the circus going or not. Just get rid of him. Why do you want to do that?
I would. First
But you'd
of all,
be able to get a pick for him.
from a football organizational perspective, you absolutely transition.
You actually
tag
might be able to.
him.
You actually might be able to get more than a shitty pick because the transition tag allows you to keep him for low money. So the other team that's trading for him is like, yes, we don't have to grab Bell and pay him $15 million a year. We have to pay him. I think it was $9 million. If
They could pay
transition
him
tag
$9 million. He could sit out again if they're not getting a match needed that they want. This could happen again, which is insane.
So what do you think happens? How do you think this?
He's
plays
gonna
out?
get traded.
He's gonna get
They're
traded.
gonna transition. And they're gonna trade.
Transition tag trade.
I think from football logic wise, that's the best move they could do.
Yeah,
Let's go on the Jets.
I think he might.
They have the cap space. Oh, jeez, I just spit all over this thing.
I think that's an awful.
They have
fit.
the cap space.
Is there anywhere he goes that you get excited? Indy, that's it, right?
I mean,
India. I wrote that too.
I get
Indy's my favorite
excited
spot for him.
even if he's on the Jets.
I would do not.
I don't
do.
either.
I wouldn't touch him before the third round if he's on the Jets. Listen, Bell's a good runner. He's not a great runner. He doesn't bust out 50-yard runs.
No,
he
he's
succeeded in that
patient.
offense because he averages as many receptions as wide receivers. do.
Yes.
Right.
He ain't getting that in New York.
No,
He ain't
he's
getting that,
not.
especially in a bad offense.
They're going to
The
target
Steelers
him.
have
the defense
great
will key
line.
on him all the
Steelers
time.
had a great line, yeah, and that's
If
why
if he goes to Indy with Ty on the outside, the offensive line,
that would
the-
be interesting.
The
I
options
still
are
don't think they
limited
use
for
him as a
that.
full. But why do that when you have Mack? You have all these
Agree.
backs on him.
The Colts aren't gonna
Naheem
get him.
Hines is
They're
pretty
not
good,
gonna go
too.
for him.
That's the thing. They drafted 2 running backs last year, which almost ensures even if they don't think that they're that good, they'll give them another year to prove to them that they're not good again. But there's no reason Naeem Hines, pass catching backs are pretty replaceable for the most part.
I
Just
agree.
put an athlete back there.
I think if he goes, I couldn't agree more. If he goes to the Jets, I think his career it's going to be an afterthought.
Done.
I really wouldn't care about it.
Done.
I like not a good offensive line. Hopefully they build it up. I like the Texans,
I like that. I
I
saw
like
a
the
report
Texans.
that they want to hold on to Lamar Miller again this year.
which is fine. I don't blame him. Lamar's just he's just steady.
He's just whatever. Yeah.
At this
wasn't
point,
bad.
he's whatever. You know what you're going
I
to
would
get.
love
from
that.
him.
He's
You know
like
what
one
you're
of my
gonna get
top running backs in my dynasty league right now. And
You
I
know what
need
you're gonna-
that.
You know what? Yeah.
Fucking need
You know what you're going to get.
Lamar.
But I think that's a great fit for him.
I actually think that's a great
I think
fit
the
too.
Texans
Because
are
he's somewhere
good
he would
fit.
go and he's going to be the workhorse there. They don't
Exactly.
believe in a pass catching back.
Exactly.
They believe in one back that does it all.
Yep.
And when he gets tired, they put fucking Alfred Blue in.
God bless you, Bill
That's it.
O'Brien.
For
God
real.
bless you.
Houston, I like that. New York, it's going to be miserable. I've heard Baltimore, they use committee backs there.
No,
Like,
wow.
See, I see Mark Ingram going to Baltimore.
I like that too.
That's a good fit.
I like
That's
I
who
like
I-
that.
that's
that's
a
who I
good
see
fit.
going.
Before we move to Ingram though, Bell, where else could he land? Baltimore,
San Fran.
I've heard Philly because they need a back, dude. They got
No.
nothing there.
No.
They also use committees there too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Bell, I don't get excited about him.
No, they
there.
got Carson Wentz coming back too. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, so there's nowhere that Bell
San
goes.
Fran. I like San Fran.
Yeah, they gave Derrick McKinnon a lot of money.
I know they
last
did,
offseason.
but they have.
And I think Breed is
they
really
have
good, too.
$78 million in cap space, and Le'Veon Bell is a massive upgrade. They need weapons more than anything.
You're right.
However you can get them.
I would get excited about Bell and San Fran.
So would I.
But
I mean-
but still nowhere near where he used to get drafted.
No, of course not.
Okay, I'm gonna
say-
give you.
what
I'm
about-
gonna give you the. I'm gonna roll off teams, and you're gonna say either. You're gonna give me the position in the draft, either late first, early second, mid second, late second, early
Gotcha.
third. All right, Jets,
third.
Yeah.
Early third.
Yeah,
early third. I would agree. San Fran,
Late second.
Yeah,
Mid second.
second, Mid-second.
I go mid-second.
Early second.
Mid-second. I like that
You
system.
don't have to agree. I want to hear yours.
Probably early second.
Early second.
Mid-second.
Wherever he goes,
Mid-early.
I just automatically put a little risk factor on top of it. So I think early second, I wouldn't. I don't think there's anywhere he can go that I would put him.
No,
early
yeah.
second.
Before you continue, I want you to keep doing this, but I also said like he missed a year. He's not Adrian Peterson. He's not a freak. The rust factor. Once he gets paid, does he just mail it in? What happens?
It's like the problem is like he's very good, but like
Yeah.
that Pittsburgh, it's one of those systems that
It's-
like
exactly.
is gonna put
James
out.
No,
A
but
Conner
if
good,
you
just
watch
thrives.
him run the ball,
It's
he
beautiful.
waits.
It's beautiful.
He runs slow
You know
and then
where I-
bursts through the whole.
you know where I
think
did
he can run
see,
behind any line.
You know where I did see? Actually, I just saw a dark horse.
Tampa Bay.
No, actually, there's a
I'd say the
there's a
Lions.
lot of
Tampa Bay
decent.
would be nice.
There's a lot of decent. Tampa Bay would be great. That's someone I get really excited because they have
Bruce
nothing
Arians.
in the backfield.
Yeah.
Detroit.
Tampa Bay is somewhere I would consider early second round. Falcons, dark horse because
Wow.
Coleman's gone.
Wow.
Coleman's gone. Freeman's a question mark. How's he going to
Freeman's
be?
one concussion away from being out of the fucking league.
He
His
shouldn't even be in the
explosive style of running caught up to his 200-pound body.
Him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or is this dead money too much? Like
No, it's going to be too much. We gave him a big contract like
you gave him
semi-recently.
a fat contract. All right, hold on. Go the other teams. I want to do this guy. I'm enjoying
Okay,
it.
so say he lands on the Falcons.
Early second.
Yeah, I would go early second.
I would go
That's a
mid
good.
second. Okay, Baltimore, early third for me.
I would say late.
Yeah, I'm
second.
a late second.
How about this one? Green Bay Packers. I've actually seen their name pop
So
up
have
in
I.
this a lot.
So I didn't want to bring it up because
Interesting.
I'm a big Aaron Jones fan, so I didn't want to.
Early
Me too,
second.
but you could just tell that team does not
It's a
believe in Aaron
massive
Jones.
upgrade. It's a massive.
Early
upgrade.
second because the dump off passes.
On Green Bay, yeah, like Green Bay is. I would start thinking
When plays break
I
down
might
and
go late
Rodgers
first.
scrambles and finds them
Really?
right there.
Yeah.
I don't want to use. I'm not. Using my first
Neither
round.
would
Yeah,
I.
no.
Neither would I. If 12-man league,
I'm not using my first on it. At a principle.
maybe
at, this
at
point.
12.
It's risky.
Maybe at
Yeah.
12.
People get really excited about the lead back in a Packers offense, but like
They get excited.
We haven't
anybody in
really.
the Packers offense.
Yeah, we haven't seen that really come to fruition.
No, you're
that
right.
Many years.
Maybe that's just me doing exactly what the public does, and I have to fade that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So
I think
yeah.
first would be
First, I'm. You know what?
risky.
I wouldn't
I will
take
say
him
now. I'm not
first round
drafting
pick on
Le'Veon
any
Bell in the
team.
first round, no matter what.
Yes.
I'll say it right now.
No matter what.
No matter what.
We're making that FTP fucking pact. Everyone out in the audience right now, make that pact with us. Do not let your
No
season go down in
Le'Veon
flames.
Bell in the first round.
Hash-
No Le'Veon Bell in the first round.
Hashtag LBNO first round, no matter what, non-first round. Hashtag it all.
We're gonna
All
put that
that-
shit on a
all
t-shirt.
that
We're gonna
big
put that
ass.
shit on a t-shirt. Okay, let's keep going down. Let's go quickly. So Houston Texans.
Early second. I love that fit. Love it.
Yeah, mid second, early second.
The only problem I have with that is the Houston Texans rely, I feel like, on their running backs to gain a lot of production from pure running, and I just don't think Bell's
Sure.
that good of a runner.
Not a dumb.
He's a
fuck.
great
You know what I
runner.
mean?
He's that much
He's-
better of a
he's a-
receiver as he is.
I
Exactly.
think he's a great runner. You watch him
That's why
run
I
the
love
ball.
seeing it. I love
Watch him
seeing
run the ball. The line.
He's
does
fun.
Their thing.
He's
He like pushes off the line. And then
Right,
he
he's a
goes-
great runner within like the first 6 yards, but he doesn't.
Right.
How often does he bust out like a 25, 30-yard run? Not often.
Very, very, very infrequently.
Very few. So Houston Texans. Okay, so we said Colts.
I'm going early second with the Colts. I actually, what did I just say? Okay, I won't do it. Early second.
Yeah,
Early
I'll go mid second.
Watch
That
it.
offensive,
Watch it.
I know
Mid-second.
that offensive line.
They spread
with
the ball
Ebron and
around so
Hilton,
much.
That you know what? That could be a formula of the Steelers' offense. TYAB, not the same, obviously. That's a big threat. TY's no joke. You have over the middle with Ebron. He's a threat. Doyle's coming back. That's another threat. That offensive line is sturdy as can be. Bell would.
He would thrive.
He would thrive.
He would do well.
He would do really well.
I would
and
go-
not to say Marlon Mack's
I would
not a
su-
beast because he is, but Le'Veon Bell's an upgrade.
Miami Dolphins.
Third.
Yeah,
Third.
yeah,
about to say,
exactly.
like fifth.
I was about-
fifth round.
I started
Yeah.
saying fifth.
At that point, it might
like,
as well
if
say
he
fifth
falls
because
to
you're
me-
not drafting.
I'm not
Yeah.
even touching him.
New York Jets.
I wouldn't even look at him. Late
Late
third.
second.
late second. That's a huge mistake.
I've made a huge mistake.
Late
think
third,
he'd-
early fourth.
Still be great.
Yeah.
No.
Mid to late third.
No.
Oakland Raiders.
This one I like.
I
I,
don't.
I would go late
Early
second.
third.
I would go early third as well.
I go
What do
late-
you?
late
Why do
second.
you like that one as opposed to the other shitty teams?
Because I think Gruden is an asshole, and I think he would make sure to get him that ball 40 times a game. So volume-wise, he's
right.
going to have the yards.
I feel like
and-
he would get hurt though.
Like, that's
he would give him
Yeah.
too much volume.
But that's like the only reason why I would like him there.
Yeah, you're right.
Because
You're right.
Gruden's an asshole, and he would spend big money. And I didn't pay Khalil Mack, who I literally 2 weeks
paid.
later said I need a pass rusher, and I'm going to use up all my previous mistakes to give Levy the ball 50 times a game.
Out of
Volume-wise,
control.
that's where I go.
49ers.
Early second.
Yeah,
That's my
early
favorite.
mid second.
I think that's my favorite fit too.
Yeah, that's my
Although,
favorite.
yeah, I like the Niners too. Early
because they had a
second.
solid run game this season with just Breda and
No.
do you mean no?
They didn't.
No.
Look at the
Breida
stats.
Breida was good.
Breida was good when he played. He was
Their
hurt like
overall
every
run
other
game was
game.
not good. But yeah, if Bell went there, it would be.
It's a different.
Totally
it's a
different.
Okay, how about if he ends up back in Pittsburgh?
I was thinking of this too. It's like there a chance. I mean,
I think there is.
I think so too.
There's a chance
Because Bell is not. I
play?
mean, Bell has done. Bell did what he did from a business decision.
Right. It wasn't
Brown's
the
just
Steelers
a
thing.
fucking asshole.
Brown hates
Yes.
the Steelers. He
Yeah.
hates Big Ben. He hates everything.
So
Bell
there's
never
one of
did it
them
like
back.
that.
Bell also fucked up the shit with the locker room. He was talking crap about the.
Yeah, actually, there's no
There's
way he's
a-
back because
there's
I
too
mean,
much-
The only reason
Those offensive linemen hate him.
Yeah.
they also need to sign him to a fat contract. He's not
That's
going to.
true,
He's not
yeah,
going to want to
that's
play
true.
unless
Yeah.
they give him it. Because that was the
That
problem
would
last-
be something we would.
But if he
we
was-
would
if he
dive
was-
into James Conner. What a waste.
Yeah.
Oof, that would suck.
Actually, it's still like late second. I don't
I'm
know
not a
if
big. I'm
Yeah.
not a big game guy.
I just don't trust the
I'm
whole
just saying
scenario.
though, like from his production wise.
I was talking about
Oh,
Bell,
yeah.
if he went back.
If he was just
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
go
yeah,
back
yeah,
and be the same Le'Veon Bell he's been, then yeah, it'd be great. But
That's crazy. Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
Think about it. The Steelers.
He went
are
down from. He was a top 5 dynasty pick last year. He's down to like 25-30 now.
minimum.
And I don't even know why. Yeah,
I
don't
haven't
know
even
why
played
anyone
dynasty.
would
Wouldn't
take
even
that.
touch him.
No.
Just think about
There's,
it. The
there's-
Steelers are losing 2 of the. You can make a case top 10 offensive players in the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're gonna lose a lineman this year too. Ramon Foster's like
Yeah.
a top 5 guard.
Yep.
There's one team you didn't mention that could use a running back. The Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh, wow.
Very interesting.
Imagine.
That's a good one.
Just
That's
imagine.
a good one. Now,
Damian
they
Williams
resigned-
came on
is
strong.
Tyreek Hill still on his rookie deal?
Yeah,
Okay, he didn't get extended.
I don't think so. I'm almost positive.
Le'Veon Bell on the Chiefs. I can get hard over that.
Yeah. Oh.
That's
I can
insane.
get very hard.
How
over
high
that.
does he go up on your board now?
He's first round.
He's easily in the first round. But
Is that an
No!
exception?
yes, I'm.
It's not an exception.
I'm just there's
Pick him in
just
the
no
first.
way I'm gonna use my first. I don't want to give up my first round pick and be like it's on Le'Veon Bell.
late
That's
first
it.
round pick. What like you're the 9th pick in 10-man league.
It's still a first round pick. That's your stud. That's your guy.
Not, but Christian McCaffrey's off the board. Saquon, Zeke.
He's off the bar.
Yeah,
Off the
I'm
board.
taking Bell there if he's on KC. I'm taking Bell
You
there.
have to.
So
He won't be though. If he goes to KC,
that's
he's
crazy.
gonna be a top 2 pick in every draft. People
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
gonna blow this so far out of
Oh,
fucking
be
proportion.
ridiculous,
Man, I tell you what, that was a good. I didn't even think of that.
I'm pissed.
I didn't even think
Pissed
of that.
you said that.
dude. They could use him.
Yeah, they
Kareem
could.
Hunt's
I feel like
gone.
they don't have that much money locked up in their offense. They brought in Watkins for a lot of
It's
Kelsey's
gonna
money.
depend
a
on
fat
you
deal,
know
but that's
Kelsey and Watkins.
D
That's it.
Ford.
Watkins.
They
that
got to
was such a
pay.
Bad signing.
Such a bad signing.
Yeah,
For a
It gets
team
looked
that's
at
done
too long.
everything right the last few years, that's a bad signing.
If he gets, yeah,
you
if
know
he can
what?
stay healthy, he really stretches. The
No,
field.
I know, but I mean, come on. I would not use. I would not use that. I would not allocate that cap space to Le'Veon Bell. They need way too much work on that defensive side.
Yeah, they do.
I'm not even gonna entertain.
They might be
that. I'm
scoring
not even gonna
60
entertain that.
points a game.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Bell
You score
is-
60 a game, you probably don't lose.
So KC is the only spot where we would take Bell in the first round in a mock draft.
Yeah.
We would never do it in a real draft,
Right.
though.
Agreed.
Yeah,
We
except
wouldn't-
for
So fade the
real
public
draft
is
came
gonna
around.
fade
Except
the
for
really
public.
real draft.
except if that really happened.
Fade the public is gonna fade the public's sentiment that you can't draft him in the first round unless he
Exactly.
goes to KC.
You guys got so into it that you became the public not wanting Bell in the first round. We're all in. We're all in. This list of running backs is just like running back A, running back B, running back C, running back D. Like no one stands out.
There's not one. The next most exciting person is T.J. Yeldon.
So there's Tevin Coleman, Mark Ingram, Ajayi, T.J. Yeldon, Mike Davis, C.J. Anderson, Spencer Ware, Marshawn Lynch, Adrian Peterson, Darren Sproles, Tavis Murray, Tom Montgomery. They're all replaceable. They all can replace each other.
You think AP's got another year in him?
No.
No,
Not with Geis coming back.
No.
He wouldn't have played this year if Geis didn't get fucking
Yeah.
hurt. And he's not going to play next year. He was horrible down the stretch last year. He had a couple big games, but then it was once Alex Smith went out, God.
Yeah, well, that whole team kind of just fell
was
apart.
ugly.
They didn't have a chance.
Yeah, so we talked about Kareem Hunt on the last episode. So if you missed that, we went in depth on that situation. Check that out. Tevin Coleman would have been someone I got excited about prior to this year because he finally got a shot to be the guy. Wasn't it.
Not the guy.
This ain't it, Chief, is what the kids are saying nowadays.
This ain't it, Chief.
Tevin Coleman's not going to go anywhere. He might get a contract somewhere and be
He's a good like change of pace back, come in, maybe catch some balls, and that's it. I don't see him as a guy you want as your number one.
What about Ingram? Do you think the start of 2019 season he is a starter somewhere?
No, not a starter.
No, me either.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
I look at him as another number 2 guy that can come in and take some of the pressure off the number 1 guy.
It's like all of these fucking players.
Yeah.
Ingram, I don't
That's
see
exactly
anywhere
what
that
they
he's
all
going to be
are.
a
Lev Bell's
starter.
like the only one that's
I like him on the Ravens to help out with that
I do too.
run
That's
game
a
because
good call. I like
that's
it.
all the
too.
Ravens
He's like
have
an
going for
upgrade
them.
of Alex Collins
Yep,
going
that's
into
it.
last year, pretty much. What do you think about Gus Edwards? Any longevity there?
No, I don't like Gus Edwards. He fucked me in a fantasy game this year. I don't want to talk about him again.
Sounds personal.
Yeah, it is personal.
Well, you
Sorry.
know what else is personal?
And his name is Gus.
Ajayi. How you're trying to fucking argue that Ajayi was awesome in Miami?
2 years ago.
It wasn't awesome.
3 years ago.
He was never awesome.
Never
2.5
awesome.
years ago.
Literally, before we started filming, Animal goes to me. He goes, I'm excited to talk about Ajayi. I was like, why?
What is wrong
You
with
see
you?
the other guy.
His only
That's
point was, well, he's young. I was like, are you kidding me?
You know how many
He's
names
young.
on this list I could tell you that are younger than him?
I would take about 12 guys on
He's
this
young,
list.
but he
over him.
also has some. You know,
He has no knee.
He also is just bad. When you watch him run,
he's not
he's
good.
the most replaceable guy ever.
My God, I was also watching Ricky Williams highlights today. What a beast.
The
Anyway.
only good thing he did
all
was
time.
week 1 last year. He put up like 2 touchdowns for you against me to beat me
Yeah, wow.
in the E-Town guy.
Wow.
Did you own him last year? You did, right?
No.
You didn't?
no shot.
Whoever
somebody else
did. Oh
beat
no, whoever beat me. I thought. Are you sure you didn't own him?
Positive.
I feel like you don't sound confident.
He doesn't
I don't.
at all.
while you guys keep talking about how we don't give a fuck about JJ, you like TJ Yeldon. Talk about that while I pull up my week 1 game. And
I like TJ Yeldon a lot because, and I think he's kind of one of those guys that just kind of gets overlooked because he's not sexy. He's not a sexy name, not a sexy pick. But he catches the ball a
he's been
lot
very
out of the
useful.
backfield.
I think Jacksonville low key is just a very good spot for fantasy running backs to be. They throw to the running backs a lot.
Well, because Blake Bortles cannot throw the ball downfield, so he's constantly dumping it off.
That's true.
But I mean, even they signed Carlos Hyde. They traded for Carlos Hyde when Fournette was out. They still had TJ Yeldon in as the primary back. So maybe that says something. But
It's also like 4 days after they got him. It was like how
even the next 2 weeks, he was still
then
TJ Yeldon was
11 days after they got
I
him.
like
TJ
TJ
Yeldon was
Yeldon. I
the
think
guy.
TJ Yeldon's a good player.
Me too. He's big. He's built like a horse, and he
Good
was
receiving back. Like,
yeah. So he could play somewhere. Like where
that's a good fit for the Chiefs.
would you like to see? That's a great fit for the Chiefs.
yes.
I kind of like Damian Williams as much as I like TJ Yeldon. As
So do I,
As a
but
pure player,
I don't
like
think
why
Damian-
spend the money on?
No, true. I don't think TJ Yeldon's going to break the bank on you. But yeah, you're right. Like, why would
What
you
about-
spend money on that when you should be spending it on defense when you have Damian Williams, who's kind of like the same player?
Right.
So
Where else would you like to see TJ Yeldon fit?
I mean, I don't look at him as like a number 1 running back.
Me
No.
either. But where in fan? Like where would you? Like I will get excited about TJ. He'll be a late round pick of mine if he lands in a good situation somewhere.
right.
I'm trying to think of where that would be.
What about Pittsburgh?
I mean, Connor's going to be the early guy. I think they like Jalen Samuels
He's
as the
definitely
pass
going to be the
catcher.
early guy. I don't like him.
They brought in his coach from NC State, who is the tight ends running back coach at NC State, and under him, Jalen Samuels caught 200 balls out of the
Well,
backfield.
then that's encouraging. But just from the eye test, I didn't like him.
Oh, I don't mean like I'm excited about Jalen Samuels. I'm just saying,
I
like,
know.
They're,
but
they're not
going to give him a
use
shot.
pass
Yes,
catching back.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I think that's a pretty good complimentary back to James Conner because
That's
James
you're
Conner
right.
doesn't excite me in the open like in pass catch and stuff like that. So
No, you're right. You're right.
decent. Doesn't get me like thrilled, but I mean it's an option. There's not many.
What about him backing up Saquon?
Get away from me.
No?
No.
They need someone to back him
No,
up.
Saquon should never come off the field. He was number 2 pick.
What about the 2 snaps that he does come off the field?
Then he sucks.
See that chart I put up the other day?
Yo, I saw it.
It was like the top running back tandems for fantasy in the NFL.
It's just Saquon. Like he's the only reason they're up there.
Him and Wayne Gallman really dominating the league.
You know what? I want to say something about Wayne Gallman.
Don't.
Save yourself.
Don't say it.
That was a good cutoff.
He's a good little ball player.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He is. He's
You guys
a
are
good
letting him
little
go,
ball
or is he
player.
still
So
on the
you're
roster?
giving me shit about Ajayi. You want to talk about Wayne Gallman?
Well, why don't you talk about
They're
your
the same fucking player. That's the thing.
Okay.
Wayne Gallman puts up 250 on the
Okay.
Dolphins.
I have a big name that we're not talking about.
This is going to be such fake news.
Someone that's near and dear to your heart. Where is C.J. Anderson going?
Staying with the Rams.
I don't think so.
Do you think he takes over for Gurley?
No.
He's not staying with the Rams.
Staying with the Rams.
No.
There's no shot.
For sure.
They're getting back Malcolm Brown, so they liked him.
No team is going to sign C.J. Anderson to anything longer than a 1-year deal just to.
No team is going to sign C.J. Anderson again.
I mean,
They'd be foolish.
he
Are
can
we
run
sure?
the ball.
Wait, hold on.
I love C.J. Anderson.
We
Guy,
know.
he's a nice one cut. He's a big one cut back, but one cut.
I was a really
down
big
the
fan of
field.
him when Carolina signed him. I thought he was going to dominate inside
I
the
think that
5-yard
was a
line.
good, like,
Dude, they just didn't give him the
pick.
ball. That was their fault.
I picked him
Yeah.
in like the 15th.
Like,
I
don't
thought
get me
that was
wrong.
in there.
You have Christian McCaffrey who's dominating. I get it, but like maybe
I didn't
maybe
think
give
they
the
were
guy
gonna
a
give
breather.
C-Mac on the goal line. Yeah,
Give him a
I didn't think he
breather.
would be the goal line guy.
C.J. Anderson breaks a lot of tackles. He's very good with yards after contact.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: this is a fantasy show, and he's going to be so fucking relevant in fantasy next year.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not drafting him. Maybe in like the 15th round.
No, not even.
Yeah,
Why
definitely
the
in the
fuck
15th.
would you draft him in the
Definitely in the 15th round. You got to take a shot.
Steal, bro. Steal.
Look, I took Latavius Murray in the last round of our draft this year.
Handcuffs are lucky. You don't
And
draft handcuffs. Don't draft handcuffs.
He helped me like 3 or 4 weeks. Solid points. He's putting up like 18, 19 points. Pff, take that to the bank.
I hope Ameer Abdullah lands somewhere that needs a pass catching back.
Ameer Abdullah is landing out of the league.
No, he's
He's
not.
not going to be in
He's
the
the
NFL soon.
best athlete
Remember
in the
like
world.
3 years ago, Ameer Abdullah, I think we had a full-on conversation about how highly we thought of him. And
We were at Steen. It was like the third video on my YouTube channel we
Steen
ever
was
made
on there.
in Steen's backyard on his porch.
Yeah.
And we were watching the preseason game that he made that ridiculous cut and ran for like 45 yards. And I was like,
that's it.
I'm all in on him.
Yeah. He looks so
One
good.
preseason run. Broke off a nice 45-yard run. He is the real deal. The one thing you can really get from preseason games is just, you know, the eye test. You get to see guys finally out of training camp. You know, you hear all the reports and shit like that, but you finally get to see him play, and you're like, okay, Abdullah's, you know, he's got his quick first step. He's going to be good in the league. So Abdullah, he's not a sleeper anymore.
One preseason run was all Ameer Abdullah
That was all I needed. Put Ameer Abdullah on the fucking Texans. Put Ameer Abdullah on anywhere, and he's gonna give him to the Falcons. Let him be the workhorse. Let him be the horse. I'm all
Send
in.
me a little bit.
Do we have anyone else that we're even remotely excited about in free agency? Because I'm fucking ready to wrap this up.
Frank Gore.
I'm so
Stop
pissed
it.
right now. Yo,
What about Jared Cook, tight end?
No.
No? Not at all?
Okay. Hold on. Let me.
See,
yeah,
I would
you're-
like him
you're
over
wrong.
Jimmy Graham and
You're wrong.
Green Bay.
Broncos, we need him.
There's two spots that you're going to get excited for Jared Cook, and these are two spots that you would get excited for anyone to go to. It's if Gronk retires, Jared Cook ends up in New England, or if the Saints sign Jared Cook. Otherwise, last year was his 10th NFL season.
Yeah, he's done.
He's 32 years old.
And by far and away his best statistical year.
Not even close.
Because think of the weapons that Derek Carr had to throw to.
I think.
Could you name two besides Jared Cook?
Cook.
Not a running back.
Hold on.
Name one. Jordy Nelson was in for like 4 games maybe.
Seth Roberts. Beast.
Was he on the Raiders even last year?
He's a number 10.
This is the whole thing.
There's only one number.
You're
10.
only throwing to Jared Cook there. There was no situation where he's going to go and he's going to get anywhere near the number of looks he had this year.
He's a waste.
Good
of
athlete,
space.
but
Waste
like,
of space.
okay, Demetrius Harris is a guy that everyone needs to keep their eye on, especially in Dynasty. He was the tight end behind Travis Kelce in Kansas City.
Yeah, dude, he's huge. He's like
6'7",
6'7",
240.
monster. I love
Guy runs a
monsters like that.
4.5, 740, 93rd percentile.
What's a 4.57?
4.57.
And he's 6'7"?
On Player Profiler, yeah, 93rd percentile, 89th percentile
Awesome.
weighted
Imagine
adjusted
being
speed
that
score,
huge and fast.
84th percentile burst score. Yeah, he was a scary motherfucker probably.
That's awesome.
If he lands in somewhere that has a good situation open, I'm not going to be like crazy about him, but he's definitely someone who could. He has the potential to.
Listen, for the
he's
tight
athletic
ends that
enough.
are
He's
out there,
explosive.
he's a guy I would definitely take a flyer on because there's really if you don't have Kelce, Ertz, or Kittle, I'll take a flyer on.
When you're
Demetrius
looking
Harris.
for an upside tight end, you look for
late rounds.
You look for guys that are just explosive and can catch
And
the
I'm
ball.
not
That's really
taking
it.
Jared. Jared Cook does not fit that bill.
No. So Jared,
Nice year. Just
yeah.
go. If you go on the Patriots, Gronk retires, man.
That's
Man.
it. You know what I mean? Like that. There's only
Even
a
then,
couple spots.
I would still have to see it to believe it.
Yeah,
Like,
100%. I wouldn't get excited about it,
No.
really. Yeah, I mean, there's no one on the tight end list. I mean, Tyler Eifert might land a 1-year deal on one of those teams, which I would actually get a little bit excited
So would
about.
I. Tyler Everett's a beast.
He's
like
good.
him. If
He's
stays
always
healthy,
hurt.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
He was a beast.
That
I
injury
wonder
was
how
disgusting.
many times the words,
last year.
like, if he stays healthy, have been written about Tyler Eifert. Like,
Probably
been said on YouTube channels.
every
written
article
in blog
ever.
posts.
Let's put it this way.
Multiple times in every
You type in
blog
like
post.
Tyler Eifert on Google, like it starts typing at the end, like
If he stays healthy.
It's
yeah.
gonna go on. It's gonna go on his gravestone. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Didn't
If he
stay
had
healthy.
stayed healthy. He died in 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Survived by just
Shit. All right. Yeah. So no one in the tight end list even.
any kickers.
I forgot that kickers existed after we nixed them from our fucking
I mean,
fantasy
they are in
league.
fantasy, man. Come on.
Not
I don't
in
know
our-
about free
not in mine.
agency.
Well, it's not in our league. You're right. This started off as E-Town Get Down. We don't have kickers, so fuck a kicker.
Fuck a kicker. Fade the kicker. FTK, baby.
I got one thing I want to throw out
This is
here.
about JJ. I'm cracking.
It's not JJ. No, it's completely unfootball related. I had Chick-fil-A today, so
Good
it was,
place.
It was really good. So
I
I
used
just
to be a
wanted,
hater of that, by the way.
I wanted to say that.
what?
I used to be a hater of Chick-fil-A.
Why?
I'm not anymore.
Well, what did
have
you hate?
Did you have it before you hated
No,
it?
you know what it was? No, I usually do that. I usually hate things before I try them or something.
That's
but
why
no,
I
I
asked.
had it and I got like really sick the next day.
Oh, okay.
But it was like a family bug. It wasn't Chick-fil-A. I blamed it on Chick-fil-A. I had Chick-fil-A like months later, and
So you
I
love Chick-fil-A? So here's the question. Would you rather a lifetime of unlimited Chick-fil-A
Yes.
or Chick-fil-A-show?
Damn.
Chick-fil-A or Chick-fil-A-show. If you don't know what fellatio means, it's a blowjob.
I'm not an idiot.
Just in case you were Googling. I wasn't
Chick-fil-A.
sure.
No, I wasn't.
You're
I was
taking the
actually-
lifetime of Chick-fil-A?
Because there's money value behind it. We don't
There's
pay
a
for
lot.
pussy. Pussy's only pussy. And
Wait,
we
But
get
you
it-
can't have it
we
on
get
Sundays.
when we need
You
it.
still can't get it on Sundays.
Wait.
Still
Wait.
can't have it on Sundays. Remember that.
Repeat the question.
Would you rather have Chick-fil-A for lifetime?
What's the order?
What?
Anything.
Yeah,
Anything I want. Literally anything.
You could walk into Chick-fil-A and just order.
I could order 6 chicken sandwiches and
Are you gonna eat it? You can order what you'd eat.
Yeah, you don't get to just
Every
order
time you walk in,
20
you can
chicken.
order what you'd eat.
You order like a meal.
so I can have 2 chicken sandwiches and like an order of fries
Yeah.
Sure.
Or a blowjob. Fellatio.
for every day of my life.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Whenever you want it.
Chick-fil-A.
Chicken
Easy.
sandwich or blowjob? Right? It's tough. I still haven't.
I'm on camera, right?
Yeah,
You're on camera.
This is not tough at all. This is so fucking easy.
I'll take Chick-fil-A.
Taking the sandwiches.
Pussies.
I don't really have a choice.
What are you taking?
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that's the easy one.
It's the easy
So
one.
obvious.
No, it's not.
So obvious.
No, it's really not. I'm sorry. I think that's stupid.
So what are you taking?
Find someone to give you a blowjob. You don't need a fucking magical wizard to give you it for free.
I mean,
Exactly. So why is that so hard? No pun intended
but
in
I
the
could
story.
get a blowjob every day of my life if I wanted it.
Exactly. So you don't need this. So you could take Chick-fil-A on the side.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the regular Joe that doesn't have that opportunity.
He wasn't like.
You
if
think
you
you're
were
better
in
than everyone?
No,
wasn't
that's
like-
not what I'm
You're not a
saying.
regular Joe
It's not- I'm in
now?
a relationship. That's not what I'm saying.
The question wasn't if you were in a regular Joe's shoes, what would you do? He asked you.
I'm talking about like Sexy Pat's fan on Twitter. Like, I'm pretty sure he would take the blowjob over Chick-fil-A
pretty sure
every
he
day.
gets multiple blowjobs
Yeah,
a day.
dude.
Yeah,
Come
he's
on.
based.
Come on.
He went. I was arguing with a Dallas Cowboy fan on Twitter today. Like, me and him were going at it for hours. Just,
That motherfucker also commented
he
today
goes.
and said it.
He stuck up for me. He found it and he stuck up for me.
I'm pissed at him right now. I have a
He's a
grudge
god.
against him.
I love him.
I hate him.
I love him.
I'm just kidding. I love
Him and Danny. Those are the dudes.
Danny Ladd. You're lucky I didn't start.
By the way, they're Canadians.
Oh, we didn't even talk about AAF.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Me neither. I forgot to. I forgot to start my flexes and I lost by 4 points.
I didn't even look at my lineup, and apparently I was told I scored 6 points.
Oh,
So-
yeah, you know, your team
Well, we
and
could-
I set my lineup too.
was not very
we
well.
also,
well, you
like,
don't have a quarterback.
we
You
also
don't
told you that like going out of the draft, we're like you can't even start like 3 players.
Well, I was taking the guys that were like that were, you know.
It was
highly-
alphabetical
highly
order, I
drafted.
think.
I can't finish that sentence.
By the
for you,
way,
I'm not sure.
I think we got way too hyped after week 1.
For AAF?
Yeah.
No,
Well, 'cause
I
it was
didn't. I said exactly
football.
what I thought was going to happen.
Football?
I was like,
I
this-
didn't even realize they were on this weekend.
I knew. I turned the game off for like a second, but I did not like. I didn't care.
I guess I had a busy weekend, so maybe it was that. But
Trent Richardson scored a touchdown. Just saying.
What was he like? 19 for 40.
He had 18 points.
I hate this fucking thing.
Efficiency is
Why
predictable.
am I doing this to myself?
18 points.
We're done here. I love you. If you enjoyed, thumbs up. We'll be back on. Actually, next week's video is going to be a mock draft. We're redoing the first round of the mock draft like we did last month or 2 months ago. We redone the damn thing.
Zeke over Saquon.
We love you, baby.
You're so dumb. Did you guys watch that Abducted in Plain Sight?
Yes.
Dude, that made me
Holy
so
shit.
mad.
Tweeted about it.
I hated that. It made me so fucking mad.
Fucking thing.
I turned
Dude,
it
the
off like 10
parents-
minutes left.
The parents should be arrested
Parents are dumb.
because
When they fucking let her go back to like the summer camp or whatever the fuck
she
that
was
was.
abducted again.
It makes no sense. And then the wife goes on an 8-month affair with the guy who was just
My
put
biggest-
1 inch of his
Nah, the
dick
biggest
in his.
the thing was the hand job was out of
Yes.
control.
Well, did you see the? All right, hold on.
That's what I tweeted. So I said, all I want to know is why Bob fucking jerked off Robert.
Underplayed that so much.
I felt bad for him.
No.
I felt.
How do you get
Seemed like
manipulated
it-
into giving a hand
It
job?
seemed like it literally took no convincing.
So
It was
who?
like, hey,
So
check
wait.
it out, like, it was like the worst
Okay,
thing I've
okay.
ever done.
I have a quick would you rather.
Go.
Who would you rather lead you into battle? Who would you rather take a bullet for you? The guy from the Firefox video, whatever it was, who was ready to suck dick?
Will you suck dick to fix this water problem? And I said, Billy, what?
Or the guy who gave a hand job on the spot?
Who would I rather take a bullet for?
Well, who would you rather, if you needed a favor, who would you rather
Who
ask?
would I rather get one
Yeah.
from? Definitely the blowjob fire.
Yeah, he used mouthwash.
He was a beast.
You know what though? He didn't blow anybody that I know of.
He didn't blow.
But he is gay.
has.
Yeah, but that guy.
Which I don't care if you are or not.
See, no, I'm going with the other guy because that guy's gay, so sucking a dick is no big deal for him. This guy's not gay. He's a married man. He's just jerking dudes off. He will take one for the team.
His technique's probably miserable.
That's taking one for the team, though. That's who I want.
He's
Taking one for the team. The other guy was gonna suck cock so the water can come through fucking customs.
Yeah, but who wouldn't suck dick for water?
I wouldn't. If that fucking asshole Billy McFarland asked me to suck cock to get the water, I'd suck his cock.
Okay, but say you're a straight man. He just says eat some pussy. It's not a big deal if you're a gay guy, you know.
Was that? How is that
Not a big
relevant?
deal, but
That's absurd.
because he's gay. The other guy's not gay. He's jerking dudes off for no reason.
I don't understand. What was the question again, though? Like, I forget what I'm supposed to be
You
arguing.
needed like someone who, like your ride or die.
Yeah, like your ride or die.
They
Like, if
both
you
were pretty fucking clutch.
If you need like I'm trying to say like,
the
who do you want to
non-gay
take?
guy.
Who do you want to take the last shot of the game?
Yeah.
Like if you're Michael Jordan passing it off, would you rather pass to? That's how I'm trying to.
The way I look at it is the hand job guy cracked under pressure. The blowjob guy was all in. He was committed.
he was ready to go. Yeah,
You know what I mean? That
You're
other guy
right.
that was more like improv, like, I don't know what to do, and it just fucking jerked him off.
I saw a friend in
The other guy, you know what it takes to drive all the way over there with that in your head, go into the office? I was fully prepared to suck his dick.
And I got to his office fully prepared to suck his dick.
and he used mouthwash.
I drank some mouthwash.
Yeah.
Who uses mouthwash before
That's
you
weird.
suck dick? Use
Have you ever
it after.
have you ever
Use
gotten a
it after.
blowjob after mouthwash? I haven't, but I'd imagine it. Like, I feel like it probably doesn't feel good.
No, I haven't, but it probably definitely stings.
You ever used Pop Rocks before?
Yes, in college.
Dude, they have like. So I went to Spencer's the other day.
I haven't,
Or
but I
was
know
it
somebody who does. Great story.
Hot Topic or Spencer's, whatever it is. It's literally just Pop Rocks, and they call it sex candy or sex toy, like whatever. It's the same exact thing.
Right.
It's fucking miserable. I used it like a month ago, to be honest with you, for the first time.
You gotta spice things up. We're getting old.
Yeah, I know. Starting to pour it in
I just want
buttholes.
to know why Bob Broberg jerked off Robert Berchtold.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. He was like, and then I was in the car and I did the worst thing I've ever did, and I released it. I was like, dude, what?
I was unfaithful to my wife. Little did I know she cheated on me for 8 months.
with that same guy.
It's insane. You bring the underage daughter to the mom.
Is
That guy's.
Bob
Have you watched
Berchtold one of the biggest beasts of all time?
biggest? I was about to say, have you seen Ted Bundy? The Ted Bundy.
No, I'm not done finished. I just watched episode 1.
Dude, how good is it though?
Really fucking good.
It only gets
Really
better.
good.
The Ted Bundy tapes are amazing. I would
Really
say I was gonna ask which one would you rather have to take a
All
last
right.
shot?
Well, by next week I could tell you which.
Yeah, and I'll tell you for a fact it's fucking Bundy. He's a fucking beast.
Did you guys see this video of a leopard running around in India, just like in a village?
I don't watch videos from India.
Dude,
I don't have access to them.
I just sent it to you guys.
Oh, it was on Twitter?
Instagram.
Oh.
Kevin sent it to me today. He was like, imagine just like walking through the village and a 100-pound man-eating cat just starts chasing everybody. And this is the video. It's just a leopard running around the whole village.
That's not fun.
Jeez.
That's not. It's not
Dude,
ideal.
It's insane. Just jumping on people's back. And
I
it's
go
like
to-
running.
Holy shit! I want to see that.
That's
Send it to you
not.
guys.
Oh,
Your,
epic. By the way, this has been recording the whole time.
Oh,
has it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Shit. I
Your
wish I
mic
knew
hasn't been
that.
on because you get to. I don't want to fuck up your flow. If I tell you the mic was on, you would have.
I noticed that last week. I was going into something and then it's back here. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, you did. What do you mean you noticed that? It was like the ending and your fucking mic was in your armpit. Like we don't have a website to look at.
I have no idea who Max Shortell is. I hope he's just starting for it.
Yeah, you were a hot mess last week.
All right, well, can I apologize right now? I'm sorry for crying last week. That's not our brand. But I'm sure most of you watching are passionate diehard fans about a certain team or a certain thing in life, and when you think about something that you just don't want to happen or something that you've been attached to for so long, it gets to you. Then you mix a few Chardonnays in there and then it just gets worse. So I want to apologize. I want to preface by saying I love Eli, but it's time. He's got to go. Okay.
I thought you were back all in on him.
I change every day. I'll let you know next week how I feel.
I'm really looking forward to it.